A wave of pro-Trump neo-Nazis recently showed up in Washington, D.C., and the reasons for their presence are deeply troubling. The surge in their public appearance can largely be attributed to Donald Trump and his recent pardons. When Trump pardoned those involved in the January 6th insurrection, he effectively pardoned a number of neo-Nazis as well, signaling to them that they are welcome. This message of acceptance has emboldened these extremist groups to show up in public spaces. However, the reality of this situation is even worse than you might think, so let's dive into the details. Researchers from the University of Maryland documented over 50 far-right groups that answered Trump's call to come to D.C. on January 6th to stop the steal. This included well-known groups like the Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, Three Percenters, and various neo-Nazi and white supremacist factions, all of whom made up a significant portion of the 1,500 individuals charged with federal crimes. Among the neo-Nazis pardoned by Trump were individuals like Tyler Bradley Dykes, a former Marine convicted for his role in the 2017 Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville. Dykes had been sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison for assaulting police with a riot shield and making Nazi salutes during the attack. Trump's pardons extended to 14 high-ranking members of the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys, including Enrique Tarrio, former chairman of the Proud Boys, and Stewart Rhodes, co-founder of the Oath Keepers. Both had been convicted of felonies related to seditious conspiracy for their roles in the January 6th attack. Rhodes, for example, had been sentenced to 18 years in prison. With the pardons, these individuals, as well as others convicted for their actions, were released, including Proud Boys like Joseph Biggs, who had connections to high-profile Republican figures like Roger Stone. These pardons have undoubtedly emboldened far-right extremists, giving them a sense of legitimacy and freedom to act openly. In fact, a large group of neo-Nazis showed up in D.C. recently to attend the March for Life rally. The sight of these groups feeling comfortable enough to openly display their views is deeply unsettling and should not be tolerated in the U.S. Adding to the extremism at the rally was the participation of figures like J.D. Vance, who spoke at the event and spread falsehoods about pro-life activists being persecuted. Trump also contributed by delivering a pre-recorded speech where he took credit for the overturning of Roe v. Wade and claimed that the federal government would no longer target pro-life activists. This rally, fueled by lies and manipulations, is a stark example of how dangerous rhetoric can fuel extremism. With figures like Elon Musk endorsing these views, and neo-Nazis appearing openly in public spaces with Trump's apparent blessing, the path ahead looks increasingly ominous. The danger is growing, and soon it may be too late to turn back.